In this video, we're going to be exploring why this old junkyard dog 23-year-old Briggs and Stratton 3.5 horsepower engine isn't running right. Now this is the type with the gas tank, the metal gas tank on the side of the engine with the little carburetor screwed on top and then the air filter. It's a much older style, but they're still around. So stay tuned. We're going to dive right in. All right, so the first thing I want to do when I get a mower this old, this thing is from 2001, I want to do a compression test, and I want to check to see if the blade is bent, to see if this thing is even worth fooling with. So let's go ahead and unscrew the spark plug. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one's worn out. Okay. Let's go ahead and screw in a compression gauge. About 65. Most of these things have a compression relief in there, so I think that's going to work fine. So just real quick, I like to check the crankshaft to make sure it's not bent. Now I've got the spark plug out and the handle gripped down so I can spin the engine real easy. And I'm focusing on the center bolt right there, and I'm watching it to make sure it's not wobbling around. Believe it or not, I've seen quite a few lawnmowers like this. Somebody will hit something in the yard, they'll bend the crankshaft, you might as well forget it, the whole thing's junk. So let's go ahead and open the gas tank here and look inside. And it's not rusted out, so that's a good thing, or rotted out, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and pull this thing off of here. These things have a real infamous problem with the diaphragm between the carburetor and the gas tank. It's a very easy and cheap fix, luckily. So that was a 1/2-inch head bolt right there. And this one over here is a 3/8. Very easy. Go ahead and pull it out right here and just tilt the gas tank down to get it past the throttle, just like so, and we've got this unit free. Now it's real nasty looking inside there. We're going to clean all that up. All right, so very easy. Just take out 5 screws, Phillips screws. Uh-oh, very loose. Somebody's been in this thing. All right, carefully lift that off of there, and what do we have? Oh yeah, there's your problem. See that? See how it's all caved in right there? So that diaphragm is wasted. So that's an easy fix. Let's just go ahead and peel this off right here. And I am going to take this gas and dump it into a safe container and go outside, and I'm going to wash this with a water hose inside and out to get this thing cleaned up a little bit better, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got everything nice and clean. The only thing I really did was I took a hose and a toothbrush and some parts cleaner, sprayed everything down and scrubbed it with a toothbrush real good. And then after I got everything real nice and clean, I went behind it with some air from an air compressor. If you don't have an air compressor, just go behind it again with your parts cleaner and spray it down real good. All right, so there's just a couple of things we need to do with this carburetor. We need to get the emulsion tube out, so let's pull this butterfly out. Just grab it with some pliers and pull, just like so. Now we can get this out. There, pull the screen off. And you probably won't see it on the camera, but there's a black thing sticking up right in the middle there, and it's gonna come out right down here. That's your emulsion tube. We need to pull that out, push it out rather. So just grab a flat screwdriver and push. Now we can pull this out of the bottom right here. Now I usually use a set like this. It has these little various size rods. You can use them for cleaning torches or carburetors or whatever. They work really good for this. Just take a rod that'll fit through. If you notice here, there's some tiny little holes in your emulsion tube right here. So just take these rods and kind of push through there. Now these don't go all the way through like some do on different engines. The emulsion tube holes go all the way through. These are only holes on one side. So just make sure each one, I think there's only 3. Make sure they're all clear. Go through the middle, make sure the middle's clear, just like so. Take a little bit of cleaner and blow through the holes. And that's good. If you've got some air, go ahead and blow some air through there. Right there. Now there's one more little jet down in here. As you can see, there's a small hole here. Go ahead and use the same thing to clear that through and blow through that as well. Now we'll put our screen back on, our butterfly, and one more thing on this side. You should probably have on the intake tube that comes out of the block a spacer and an O-ring. Let's go ahead and put these on first. That way when we push this on there, we know that they're on there good. Push the spacer on, and that's ready to go back on. Here's our new diaphragm. 495770 is the part number. Now when you put these on, put the soft rubber gasket first, the diaphragm, like so, and then use the paper gasket on top of that. Let's put our carburetor back down. There we have it. Put your screws back and screw it back down. My kit did come with a new primer ball, so we're going to change that out real quick. And let's just put our new primer ball in there first. Make sure it's all the way down, and then put our ring on top of it. Making sure the little tabs are aligned with the holes in the side. And that's it. All right, so we're ready to put this back. Now this part of the throttle right here goes right through this one little hole. There's only one hole, so you can't mess it up. So just go ahead and put that through there like that. Make sure that your breather gets attached right here. And push the whole thing on. That's it. So simple. We're going to go ahead and put our 2 bolts back in here. Put some gas in it and a new spark plug, and we'll be ready for a test. Well, looks like it's going to live to cut one more yard. It's running like a champ. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching.